Hi, hello, welcome to the second episode of Super Battle Club. This should be rank Y, because Y comes before Z. Yes.
Well, we're going backwards in this one. And Z to A.
Z
so
to A, yeah.
After, so we're Y.
Yeah, we're Y. All right.
Gotcha.
I'm your host, Steve. Austin here with me.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Spoiler, we're recording all of these in one night.
Yes.
So, again, just a heads up, no story spoilers here. Well, I guess unless you consider Zach a story spoiler, he's like the first. What do they call them? Nobles? No, they're not nobles.
No, they're not nobles. The Z-A battle. Guys.
Oh, what are they called? It's like
I actually don't know either.
The officials,
elite,
counselors.
The ranked matches.
Budget gym leaders. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much budget gym leaders.
So we're gonna
Zach
mostly
is the worst.
We're gonna talk about the battle system today. So early impressions of the battle system. So again, you don't have to worry about major story spoilers. You don't have to worry about us talking about mega evolutions you may or may not have seen yet. So that's where we're gonna start. If you didn't listen to the first episode, that was first impressions of just like the catching, the overworld, the map, the wild. Well, we didn't really get that deep into the wild zones, but just general impressions. So this is our second episode. So that being said, we'll throw it over to Austin. How do you feel about the battling in this game?
I like it, but you can pretty much make it turn-based if you just stand there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty much just back and forth if you just stand there, which I kind of like.
Yeah, okay.
I know you don't like it right off the bat.
I don't. But I said this when I played in Paris and when I played in California. There's something about moving your character to move your Pokemon that still feels weird.
It does.
I think I've warmed up to it a little bit. So I'm like 9 hours into the game. We're talking about kind of still the first like hour or two of the game. Mm-hmm. And I think what's hard is in both like Paris and in California, they gave you these Pokemon. They had, basic moves like String Shot and Leer and Tackle and Quick Attack. And I think the hardest part is these do different things than they did in past games.
Yeah.
So for example, like I brought up the Absol. In a normal Pokemon game, you could just Swords Dance 2-3 times, and all of a sudden you're one-shotting everything because you're +6 in attack. And when I'm battling Mega Victory Bell in my early preview of Z-A in Paris, I'm hitting Swords Dance over and over, and it's only increasing it by 1. And like the description that doesn't say like, oh, by the way, it doesn't say like, oh, it works on a timer. It doesn't say you can't stack it. It doesn't say any of that stuff. So they're just different. I mean, the core concept is still the same, right? Like, but then you get a situation like Screech, which lowers defense, and then Leer, which lowers defense. And Screech is normally a -2, Leer is normally a -1, but there's no -2 in this game. It's just a -1. So you're kind of scratching your head of like, okay, what's the difference here?
What's the difference?
And it's like Leer has a cooldown of 7 seconds, Screech has a cooldown of 10 seconds. The difference is Screech will last longer on the opponent. That's why the cooldown is longer. But that's something you have to learn off the bat. Of like it's just different. And side note, they cut 405 moves in this game. So 405 moves that have existed in past Pokemon games do not exist in this game at all. Like an easy example is like Trick Room. Like how would you get that to work?
I don't know.
So I've warmed up to it. I think the thing that still throws me off besides like learning moves is I saw this a lot with my personal Twitch chat, is like how everyone's always like, how does dodging work? And it's just hard to even explain. It's like, well, okay, you can't dodge at all if you're focusing. And people
Yeah.
are like, oh, okay, that's like step one. Okay, so don't focus my moves. And then it's like step two is run
Run.
away
Run away.
and then
Yeah.
hope that the move doesn't hit you, I guess.
Yeah, I've still not really figured out the dodging. And I'm like 11 hours in, and like I get how it's maybe supposed to work, but I don't even know if I'm doing it right because I still feel like I'm getting hit a lot of the times where it's like I'm running away, but they're just chasing me.
Yeah, there was like a battle where some grass Pokemon put down a bunch of spikes.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, oh, cool. I'm not going to step in that. Like, I'm going to actively walk away and then make you follow me so then we don't have to fight near the spikes. So that was like,
Yeah,
that
okay, that's
worked.
fair.
But that was like one situation in 9 hours where I was like, I'm just going to walk away from the spikes and then we're going to fight over here. And then you're going to lay down spikes and I'm
Right.
going to walk over here. I'm going to make you follow me. So it's like I kind of get it. There was one point where I learned that the NPC had like four close moves. So when he was
Hmm.
about to do his move, I just backed up and my Pokemon backed up, so like it didn't hit me. But again, that's relearning that okay, Fire Fang or Tackle has to be pretty close up versus Thunder Wave or Thunder Shock, which can
Yeah.
be distance.
Yeah.
So it's just like kind of learning all that stuff. But some of the battles are just so quick
Yes.
that you don't really have time to learn. You're just like, oh, okay, I thundershocked, and then I tackled, and now you knocked out, and now your next one is coming
Yeah.
in, and I'm pecking, and I'm quick attacking. Now you're knocked out. Okay, the whole battle's over. I didn't really learn anything there.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I still don't know if I've been in battles that have lasted long enough for me to, like, really figure it out yet. Because, yeah, a lot of it is over fairly quickly sometimes. And I don't know, maybe that's just, like, because of, like, the earlier battles, right, we're talking about. But, yeah, I'm very curious to see, like, if that is something as we continue to play that changes, where it's like, oh, this battle's, like, lasting long enough to where I do have to worry about all that stuff because yeah, they're just sometimes it's like over and done with pretty quickly.
Yeah, and the level scaling in this game is very different. So going back to like the Paris example, I saw like some like I know journalists got invited as well as like content creators, but I remember reading some of the journalists write ups and like I think two or three of them said like, "Oh, it was so hard. It was like the Dark Souls of Pokemon," which is already like I'm eye rolling anytime somebody's like
Right.
use Dark Souls for any like game. Uh, but what I said was like, of course, when you have level 20 Pokemon and then the alpha Pokemon in front of you is 12 levels above you, it's going to be hard. But the next segment, which was the nighttime battle thing,
Hmm.
like that was so easy because everything was our level and it was just like okay
Yeah.
your fire, I'm going to use my water attack. Okay, I one shot you, you're sending out a grass, I'm going to use my fire Pokemon, I one shot you, and then you just move on. And that felt like quote unquote normal Pokemon, right? Like
Hmm. Yeah, for sure.
if there's a fire Pokemon in front of you, you're just going to use the water moves, right? Why would you not? um but if a wild Pokemon is 5, 6, 7 levels above you, it does scale in a weird way where they do feel like more bulky or they do feel like they hit you harder. But I feel like once you're on their level or even maybe 2 levels above, it feels normal again. So I don't
Yeah.
know what Game Freak is doing to make that scale. Like it's not a complaint. Like I totally get the like, hey, this should feel harder because it's 10 levels above you. So I think that's cool, but it is different than old Pokemon where it's like it's ramped up until you get closer to that
Right.
level.
Yeah, there was one battle that I was doing that was very hard. Like I had to like get out of there multiple times, and I was like one or two levels. Like I was on par. The levels shouldn't have made that much of a difference, but I was like really getting destroyed. So that was like one time where I was like, oh, this is like maybe kind of hard. But a lot of times I don't know. If you're, I feel like if you try to explore maybe a little too far and you go to some battles where it's like, oh, maybe they're a little too strong here, you kind of figure that out pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, the nice thing is you can just like straight up run away.
Yeah.
You like when I was in one of the what are they the battle royale at night. I was like I had all my points and I just was collecting more coins, and then somebody started battling me, and I was like, oh no, we ain't got time for a battle. I'm collecting coins here, so I just kept running, and then the battle force ended, and there was like no punishment for that. So
I don't think this is really too spoilery, but how many trainers do you defeat when you do them?
I've only gotten a 1.5 times bonus. I think I've done like 8 one night and 7 and then maybe another 8. I've never gotten like 10 done.
There is maybe some reason to go a little bit higher than that.
Like battle as many as you can?
Yeah, I don't know about as many as you can. There might be like if you get like 30 maybe, but
oh, I don't know if you can do 30. I feel like the night goes so
yeah, that seems
quick.
really hard to do, but yeah. But I would maybe try to get like 10.
Oh, okay. Because I was trying to. I think what was eating my time was like I was avoiding the battles until I got 3 Pokemon Go tasks or whatever they're called, field research.
Yeah.
And then once you're in the battle, I know the timer stops when you're in the battle. So nights, I believe, last 8 minutes, and then days last 16. So a lot of my time was getting eaten by like, let me sneak past you, let me pick up the little Pokemon Go field research. Okay, now I'm going to battle you. So if I was trying to get as many people as possible, I just beeline the people and skip the Go research.
Right. Yeah, see, that's why you're here, because I'm not timing any of that. I'm winging how long the nighttime is, how long the daytime is, how long
nighttime
stuff spawns.
is 8 minutes.
I got no clue. I have no idea.
I had like 10 seconds left on a night, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I start this battle, if it's going to like say like night's over, kick me out of the battle. But when you get the red eye and then the battle starts, your little timer, because your map is the timer. It goes all the way, so you can see how much time you have.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a ring around your map, and at night it's red, and so you can see the red disappearing, and so that's how you know you're running out of time.
I was just about to say there should be a timer.
Yeah, no, your map is the timer.
Also,
I did test this. I went exactly to Wild Area 8 or 6 or whatever, and I found that Alpha Binacle, and I got it to half health, and then I waited for the night mode to start. Yeah. And once it started and it was like night mode, the Binacle came back with full health. And I was like, this
yes, it does.
This sucks. It would suck if you like spent time getting it down and you're like, oh, you finally like feel accomplished and you're like, oh, this is gonna be the run, and then the clock clicks and then it goes back to full health.
Yeah, that is very frustrating.
For the first Z to like battle Zach, this is what we did in California. They had the Pidgey guy, and I remember the Nintendo rep saying, "Okay, there's 3 battles," and I was like, "Okay, cool." So I was like taking my time exploring, and then near the end of the 10-minute demo, he was like, "Oh yeah, there's like the Pidgeotto guy," and I was like, "You told me there was 3. You didn't tell me there was 4."
Yeah, why is there 4 now?
You battled the Pidgeotto guy in the demo, right?
It was a lot easier on my own game
to battle Pidgeotto guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I battled Pidgeotto guy, and I lost the first 2 or 3 times. But I haven't found anyone as hard as him in the nighttime mode. So, like when I did, he was before Z. He's your like Z knight, and then in my Y knight, I was like, is there another like Pidgeotto guy here? I would like to find them. And then in my X knight, I couldn't find anyone. So I don't know if that's just, I don't know if he's like unique. But I had like 2 bug Pokemon, not good against Pidgeotto, and then I had Mareep that was like level 8, and then I had Chikorita that was like level 12. Chikorita also not good against Pidgeotto, and I don't remember the last 2. They were like neutral. And so the first time I battled Pidgeotto guy, I was like, oh well, he's gonna one shot these 3 Pokemon because obvious weakness, and then he's gonna 2-shot Mareep, and then he's gonna like two-shot the other two Pokemon I had. I don't remember what they were. Whatever, like, oh, it was like Fletchling and whatever you get on the early route. Like the only Pokemon you could have gotten before rank Z, right?
Right, before this, yeah.
And so I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know he was level 18. That's way above. That's 10 levels above my Mareep. I'm going to grind everything to like maybe level 13, level 14. I did that, came back. And I was able to beat him just fine. And I was so focused on the Pidgeotto, I didn't even know he had an Onix. So when he sent out the Onix, I was like, oh. And I cleared the Onix the first try he sent it out, but I was like so hyper-focused on like Pidgeotto. I was like, I didn't know.
The Pidgeotto.
He was only known to me as the Pidgeotto guy. But I spent like, this was like 30 to 45 minutes of my stream was I hate stealth in video games. Like I played through all of Metal Gear Solid, just like, oh, they saw me, don't care. I'm going to like shoot my way out. I'm going to figure it.
Go for it, right?
Yeah, we'll just go for it. I don't like stealth. That was like one of my problems with Legends Arceus was I don't want to do the stealth. Like it's fine. So with the Pidgeotto guy, like you don't want him to see you, right? Like to win that fight, you definitely want to have the advantage, and I understand like the advantage stuff. And so my thought process was, okay, this is a really great testing opportunity to test the sneaking because he's kind of far away when you turn that corner. So like I'm crouching and I'm walking to him. And like I can get there and I can sneak attack the Pidgeotto and that's fine. And so I do that and I reset. And then I'm like, does the sneaking actually matter? So like, can I just walk to him and is he going to hear me? And so I walked to him and that was fine. And then I was like, again, does the sneaking actually matter? I'm not talking about the backstrike because that obviously matters. So I ran to him and also it was fine. And then at one point he's standing there and I'm like holding the run button, doing circles behind him, and he's not turning around. So my point of all of this is I don't think the sneaking gives you an advantage. I think the NPCs can't hear running versus walking versus crouching. They can't hear it. But like the NPCs have random patterns of moving.
Yeah.
So they can just move and then see you and then the battle starts.
Yeah,
so like
even if you're sneaking, right?
Right. So my example was like he's kind of far to sneak. Can I just run up or is he going to hear, quote, I'm air quoting for the podcast. Is he going to hear me running? And he doesn't hear you running. Now his Pokemon, which is Pidgeotto, can see you and they can alert him to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
But again, his Pidgeotto doesn't hear you run. Anyways, I just didn't want to go 30 hours of the game being like, oh, I need to sneak because I don't want them to hear me. But I feel like I did enough testing, and it's on video, to be like, they cannot hear you run. Which, in Ruby and Sapphire, they can definitely notice you when you're running. That's like a real thing where if you try to run, they will like turn.
They'll quickly turn, right?
So that's where the theory originally came from. I'm just not making up like complete mechanics in this game. I was like, I want to test this.
right. You know, I've been sneaking. I'll be honest. I've been sneaking a lot in this game. But I think mostly it's just because like I think it's like I don't have the trust in myself to not mess it up unless I'm going slow. So I'm putting that old like my own top on it to like go slow, we'll get there, we'll figure it out. But I think like even just like the a little bit like kind of just to continue this conversation, the sneaking backstrikes and stuff when you like attack them, it's so worth it that like I'm willing to like take a couple seconds to like make sure I don't get noticed. But that is interesting because I did not know that they couldn't tell the difference. Yeah,
and I'm wrong. But I did so much testing of it to be like they can't hear the footsteps. They can see your Pokemon, and this puts you at a disadvantage of like having an alpha Pokemon because like they're way harder to like hide. But even in the Pidgeotto situation, he saw my Spoopa or something, right? And then he walked towards me, and there's bushes behind that corner. So I crouched in the bush, which makes your screen go like darker, which is just like how it worked in Arceus. And he's looking right at me in the bush. and he's not breaking eye contact, but because I'm crouching and the screen's like slightly black, I'm like hidden.
Oh, you're hidden, right?
But he wouldn't look away from me, and I could
to
still
like move away.
right. I could still summon an attack, and even though he's looking at me and I'm hidden, because my attack hit his Pokemon first, it counted as a first strike.
A secret, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it there's also this like window where if you were to like, one of my strategies against Pidgeotto was like, I'm just gonna Thunder Wave it right away because it's gonna last the entire fight.
Yeah.
Which I'm still not 100% sure how Thunder Wave works in this game. Like in past games, it was like when you use a move, there's a 30% chance that it doesn't work.
I believe it makes their cooldown slower on moves.
Oh, okay.
I think. Pretty sure.
And so because Thunder Wave has to travel, if you use Thunder Wave and then he looks at you, that will break the first strike.
Yes.
And then he will have the advantage.
Yeah.
So
that gets frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, I think that whole system is like really cool. But for like my own sanity, I was like, I don't want to do a mechanic that naturally you would think, which is like, oh, I don't want him to hear my footsteps. But I don't think they can hear your footsteps. That's the gist of it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There was one time where I had a fairly large sized Pokemon, and it did like alert the trainer. Not that the Pokemon didn't, but the trainer like kind of came over to me, and I was hiding behind the bush. And it was just like, it's kind of funny that like I feel like the Pokemon should alert them a little bit more than they do. Like the actual
Pokemon can have
trainer-
like a red exclamation point above their head. At least the Pidgeotto did for this guy.
Okay.
Because the Pidgeotto would see my Pokemon and then like go on
Try
alert.
to alert the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hard to like test, right? Because like some of the other trainers are in such positions where it's like it's so hard to. They don't like do any damage when they backstrike you, anyways. So they're not
like in Metal Gear Solid. You might as well just go in and attack.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter if you see me. I'm
just-
still gonna one shot them anyways.
You're right.
But that's why I like the Pidgeotto guy, because I was like, oh, I could test, and it feels like there's like risk and reward here with this guy. But some of the people are just like, oh, well, you just got a Bellsprout, man. I'm just gonna Ember you twice.
just get rid of the Bellsprout. Who cares?
I think last point before we wrap up this episode. I think, and I was curious about this before the game came out. I think Protect in this game is busted.
It's very good. It stops everything.
And I went from like, I don't really like this battle system, I like turn-based, to I still don't love this battle system, but when you successfully protect against their like best move and it hits and it like does that clink,
yes,
it feels amazing.
It feels good. It feels
like,
really good to
I just blocked that.
Yeah.
And then once you start learning like the patterns of their moves of like, okay, I know for sure that this Pokemon has a fire move and then like two normal moves and then growl, and the fire move is the thing I have to block. And so like I send out my Bayleaf and then it uses the fire move and I block it, and now I know in my head, okay, cool, I can do two moves and then switch before that fire move comes back, because I'm like trying to in my head count down their cooldown
right
for that move. So that's like, I can kind of see the pieces falling into place for like the battle system, which you don't really get too early on, because like what do you you're blocking a tackle and then you're like, all right, tackle again in 4 seconds.
Thanks, yeah. Here's what I will say. Even though I think a lot of it is probably useful, I'm still not pressing Leer or Growl or those kind of moves. I'm still not pressing those, because I'd rather use Ember and one-shot the whatever, anything, right?
I think maybe let me try to convince you on like a Leer.
All right, convince me. Go for it.
Okay, so like you got like Riolu with like Bullet Punch and Brick Break, and then Leer and maybe Protect. I would like Brick Break, then I would Leer, then I would Bullet Punch, then at that time Brick Break's ready to go again, and you have the bullet punch and then the brick break under that first leer because it lasts about 2 moves.
Right. Okay.
And then
Sure.
you go back to the leer. And so you're doing like this triangle.
But also I've noticed myself, and maybe this is just because of I'm bad at video games, it very well could be. I'm sort of just XABY, XABY. I'm kind of just going around in the circle and just
Okay.
oh, I have a move I can use it, might as well. So I'll like spam Thunderwave like 5 times if it's not dead yet.
Yeah. No, the spamming Thunderwave doesn't do anything.
But I think that's a me thing, and I know it's a me thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I said like 2 episodes ago, it kind of like feels like like baby Final Fantasy 14, like very light of like you'll have a rotation.
Yeah.
Because like in Final Fantasy, you have like 20 things
like
that you're pressing.
Yeah, 17, yeah.
Right, you have like your main like 3 rotation, and then over here you have a different 3 rotation, and then in this situation you have like 2 before you do your 3. Like this, you only have 4 moves. So I think like you could go between like brick break and bullet punch, but like they don't cool down fast enough to do those 2 back and forth, and that's where like the leer comes in, because then
I'll press Thunderwave. I'll press Thunderwave again. Why not? I'm waiting, so
yeah. Well, we don't want to keep you guys waiting. We're gonna wrap up.
Whoa.
That's episode 2 for you guys. We didn't even talk about Zach.
Zach's a bozo. It's okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, we will see you guys tomorrow for episode 3. Wait, what was our ending?
Battle.
I think it was like keep on battling, right?
Trainers.
Yeah. Okay. But before you keep on battling, if you would like to support the show and what we do here and the mini episodes and all that stuff, patreon.com/PKMNcast. GLOWL and I are streaming on Twitch. We're on social media. All that will be in the show notes. We're not going to say that every single episode, but if you want those links, all in the show notes, as well as the Patreon. So thank you for listening, and keep on battling.
Keep on battling.